Hi everyone, my name is Maria Athena, and if you guys don't know me, I'm an American, I study German, and I want to be a translator, and translating is actually what I'm going to talk about in today's video because I feel like I've said a million times that I want to be a translator, but that I haven't actually talked to you guys about actually doing translations, and I'm working on a translating project at the moment, and it's pretty all time consuming. Whenever I have a spare chance, I work on it. So I just want to share my method and my approach to doing this translation with you guys so that hopefully it'll help you if you are working on translation yourself and are struggling, or if you want to start and aren't sure how to begin, or just if you want to follow along, because I will, once I've finished the translation, I do want to post it to YouTube. So just so that you guys can see the process that I went through to from the first draft to the final copy of the translation. So I don't know how familiar you guys are with the rest of my channel, but I'm obsessed with rap, and I rap in English, I rap in German, and I'm actually trying to learn some Russian raps because there's some Russian rap artists that I really like. But I listen to German and English rap all the time, and one of the things that I love doing, this might be because I love just languages in general, but also I love grammar. I love analyzing like the rhetoric in different rap pieces and like the different motifs that carry from one album to the next, and just like watch the progression of various rap artists and kind of compare their stuff to some of the poetry that I've studied in school. And also like I love reading and writing poetry myself, so comparing rap to poetry and stuff like that. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm taking my favorite, or one of my favorite, German rap songs and translating it into English. And not just translating it in English, because that would be much easier than what I'm attempting to do, but I'm translating it into English rap. And so I'm trying to use as many of the same phrases that I can from the original German and get the same point across in the English, but still make it be like a good, decent English rap that, you know, has a flow, has a rhythm to it, and like has a rhyme scheme. And so that's something that I think is difficult, just because when you're translating things that rhyme in one language to things that rhyme in another language, you know, chances are the words might not rhyme. So that's kind of a tough thing that I've had to deal with. But so I want to tell you guys about how I'm going about changing or like translating the German rap to English, and then like just say a little bit about you know, why I've made some of the choices that I've made with the translation. So I have, this is my translation binder, which there aren't that many pages in here because when I've done translations in the past, they're just on like random slips of paper that I then put like in various drawers and various notebooks and stuff in my room. So I have translation papers coming out the wazoo, and they're everywhere, and I have to really start putting them together in a single portfolio. And so I decided that with this project, it would be a good starting point to, you know, put everything together, kind of. So the first step that I took when it came to translating this was, one, I had to pick a song, and I've had, like, the first time I ever heard this song, you know, I like fell in love with it, and it's one of my favorite rap songs of all time, actually. And so I listen to it a lot, and a lot of my friends like will ask me, you know, what's this about? You play this song all the time, and like some of them have even put it on their iPods. And so I've like done like rough translations of this like all the time, like in just like general summaries, stuff like that. And sometimes I'll even like try and just like spontaneously sing along with it in English as I'm going, or like sing or rap it, but it never turns out just quite right, because when you're rapping spontaneously, it's kind of like translating rapping spontaneously, it can turn out differently every time. But so the song itself is a Bushido song, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bushido, and you know, it doesn't matter if you're a fan of Bushido or not. The main thing that I'm focusing on is the song, because I think the song has a good message, and it's called Dieser eine Wunsch, this one wish. And so the way that I'm focusing on this translation is, if you can see this, first I printed out all of the, like, the lyrics in German, and then right next to them I've given a rough translation into English, which is just like literally a literal translation into English that isn't necessarily grammatically correct. It's just like generally what is being said, and these are the exact words being used. And sometimes there'll be like a couple words that could fit, like, and so I've like double checked in my dictionary and just like tried to like decide like which word does it seem like the artist is trying to use the most, and like which one would fit. And then also you have to think of, when you're translating it into English, what would you say in English? Because there's some phrases that, you know, that might work in German, but we don't have that phrase in English, so it kind of sounds weird. So you have to always like think about the language that you're translating in and see that maybe a direct translation might work in some instances, but like with some lines, but then in other circumstances you can't, you know, you can't translate it like that and expect it to like make a lot of sense. So the first thing I did, like I just said, was that rough translation. And then I went back and like, I'm trying to do it one verse at a time. So I've already completely finished the first stanza. And then I'm going to do the second and third stanzas. And then at the very end, I'm going to do the refrain, because I feel like the refrain, since it's like the most repeated thing, that'll be kind of like an easy thing to end with. And also because it's repeated so much, I want it to like fit in well with all of the other stanzas. Or all the other verses. I say it like rap could arguably be considered poetry. I say arguably just based on like rhyme, meter, rhythm, stuff like that. Like just reasons that rap falls under poetry. Even in theme, like there's a lot of similar themes. I'm actually going to make a video about this soon, so I don't want to give too much away about rap and poetry and stuff. But the next thing that I did was I went through the verses, or well, the first verse at least, and wrote out how many syllables were used in each line with the actual text, and then went back and listened with the music and counted how many possible syllables were available, or like how many possible spaces there were that I could use a syllable in the translation. And I actually noticed that there's an odd syllable rhythm in this song, which was something that I actually hadn't noticed before. And I just found that interesting. So what I did then was translated it into rap. So I took the initial English translation that I did and then put it into rap translation. And that translation I worked on, tinkering with like just little words like whether or not I wanted to say the, or this picture, things like that. Like I heavily debated in English to try and get the point across. And there were some words that I did change. And then also, and like I have reasons for all the changes that I made, which when I post the actual version, I'm going to like include like footnotes somewhere probably in the description box. I might also just do like a link in my blog with like the text and then all of the footnotes for that. So that's basically what I'm working on. And so I've gone back over this first verse, and like I have like 3 different versions of it. And so the third version is like the final working version that I'm going with. And so I've just started, like last night, I just translated the second verse, the initial direct translation. And so that's what I'm working on like this week, is the second verse and then the third verse. But yeah, I already have like 11 pages of notes for this, which, you might think like, oh, wow, that's like that seems like it would be a lot of notes when you're just translating like lyrics one-to-one. But like I said, like I am heavily debating all of the word choice and just structure things. And like some of the lines, like I tried to keep as many of the lines in the English version as possible, like that are exactly from the German. But some of the things are seem kind of repetitive, and like in the German version I feel that works, but in the English version, just being into writing and like doing writing and reading a lot of English lit myself, I've noticed that like if you repeat a word several times, like that's kind of like a no-no, and you have to like cross it out and like put in something poetic to refer to whatever it was that you were just talking about. So I've tried to go back and do that just so that it's not repetitive in English, and so that it tells the same exact story as the original song and that it gives the same message. So I hope that this video didn't bore you. I know this one's kind of long and it's kind of me just talking, but I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you guys have worked on any translating projects on your own, or what you do for translating. And I can't wait to share the final version with you. I hope to have it done maybe like a month's time, hopefully. If I work like every day, then I think I can get it done faster. But I don't want to rush this. I want this to be like the best translation that I can get for the song. And then I have another like list, basically a whole list of songs that I want to translate after this. So if there's a song that you want translated into German, whether it's just a direct translation or like you want to see your favorite rap song translated into English like perfectly for you, or not perfectly, I won't say, but like you want to see like if that song could be rapped in English, write it down below and I'll see what I can do if I have time. So hope you guys like this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and check out my Facebook, Twitter, and blog links that are all down in the description box. See you guys soon. And I would also like to give a shout out to my roommate who did my makeup to look like Nicki Minaj from Super Bass today. So thumbs up for her, and she's really interested in makeup, and so I wish that she would do my makeup like this for every video. See ya!